it that way.
And she's a scammer.
Right, a complete scammer.
Right, because it makes no sense to me to send money to someone else when I could send it directly to a Give, Send, Go.
Right. I never really, and that's just what I put together in my head, is that that's how the Anthonys pay her, is like they let her get donations from TikTok and they let her keep it maybe as payment, like that's just
yeah, but that's a lot of money she's collecting.
I don't think she can pull a lot of money.
I didn't really think she collected that much money off here. But I like she took, like she saw my profile and blocked me immediately. So I the only time I ever see her lives is when like you post them or somebody else posts them. So I don't know.
Right, but if you're advertising that the money is going over to but then you take some of that said money, that's breaking the law. I mean, you can't raise money under false pretenses.
Unless she has an agreement with the people she's collecting it for that she gets a percentage.
Right. If she has an agreement with the Anthonys, which this is all alleged, okay? If she has an agreement with the Anthonys on how much of a percentage she gets of the money that she raises for them, technically I don't think she has to tell anybody. And if you look at the Give, Send, Go, the description basically covers everything. So I don't know. Allegedly, I'm just going to say based on her past, she doesn't do anything for free. And I don't believe that she's doing anything for free now.
I just want to say have a good night, everyone. I got to get to sleep.
Bye, Artman. She needs to pay her tolls because I'm sure that the city or the county that she owes almost $3,000 to want to collect on those tolls.
Do we know Connor 63?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
Hey, Surfields.
I still think that place, Sarah, in New York has something to do with her.
Sarah, real quick, since they brought up Kayla, can you confirm that she is the stepmom? Or is she his biological mom?
Based on everything that I have researched, I believe she is the biological mother.
Okay.
I'm going to message you after we get off, Sarah, on some things I found so you can double check them for me.
Okay. That's fine. I've done a pretty deep dive, and
I'm gonna get back in the comments real quick.
I'm fairly certain that she is the biological mom, but I'll look at what you have.
Because my understanding is when she went to visit him while he was in jail that she wrote stepmom next to her name. Have you heard that before?
I have heard that. I've still not received any kind of confirmation of that. I actually have requested for that information and never got it. So I will not confirm anything if I don't know it for sure. So
right.
It was there. I screenshotted it, and then eventually when you see things, screenshot it. It might not be in your pictures. What?
You were cutting out.
Oh, I said I screenshotted it when he was in jail, and it said father, and then his name. It said stepmother, and it said Kayla's name. Then it said his girlfriend's name was on there. Those were the visitors list. And then once he was released, and we didn't need it anymore, and everybody was like, "That's not true. That's not true." And I was like, "I have it," and then I deleted it. So I thought it'd stay in my iCloud. Like even though I deleted from my phone, I went on my iCloud and it's not there. So it must have deleted from both. And now, of course, the jail record only has, his height and everything, the minimal things that were on his jail record. The visiting list is gone now.
Yeah, that piece right there, every bit of it, even for those who are probably watching on the opposite side, like that should at least show you, because that was the main topic about what was up today, is you can see that Sarah, literally, she's not going to come out here and say that openly
Right.
Just straight out. It's like, no, she's the stepmom without seeing the actual proof. And yet you have King Cast who will just take whatever narrative someone tells him and runs with it.
Well, the first article that the New York Post, maybe it was another one, I got to find it, had an interview with her. They were asking her questions about Carmelo. This was like that first 2 weeks. I don't know when it was. And they said his stepmother, Kayla, whatever her last name is, what is it? Hayes? They said that. I have it somewhere. I can find the article. And I think that's when it started. And then after that, I don't know if it was corrected or they didn't want anybody to know or whatever the case may be, then it changed. But the first article that they talked to her, it said stepmother.
I would just add this, right? With women in today's age, right? Majority of women have a picture where they're pregnant with a child, especially your firstborn child, right? Now, it's pictures of Carmelo. I want to say with her starting at like the youngest I've ever seen might be like age. I want to say maybe 2 or 3, right?
Yep.
But I've never seen a baby bump picture with Carmelo. No. But what I have seen, right, is baby bump pictures of the other kids.
Mm-hmm. And no newborn picture.
Yeah, none at all.
None. Not. And to me, I'm going to give you my opinion. Any pictures I've seen of her with him, it's not very like any pictures I have with my children when they're little. I'm always hugging them or holding them, or she's always like away from him, and his father's always by him. Which I don't know. I mean, that might mean nothing, but it's just I can't relate to that. And I understand that, like somebody was saying to me, well, you know, people are different. Sometimes if a stepmother raises a child, that's their mother. And I get that. And I think my whole thing when I brought that up, when I saw what I saw and I read what I read, is because people on the outside made it a point to say that Austin and Hunter came from a broken home, which means nothing. It means nothing. But they made it a point to glorify this, I'm going to say it, black family that stayed together and their unity, and look, they're married and they have children and financially they're stable and they own a home. They never own their home. Okay. The Metcalfs own their home. But the whole point of me saying it was just like, how can you bash a broken home when I'm telling you there was proof that was a stepmom? And then you're going to say, oh, well, that doesn't matter because she was there all their lives. Well, so was the mother and father was there when they were little too.
Right.
I just didn't
I
get
understand
it.
what you're saying. I think that I don't think it's good to get too far into the weeds, especially if it's something that we don't have 100% proof of. I also think that and I won't get too far into the weeds with these people because there are some things that I think just don't matter. I just think they don't matter in the case. I'm just, it's a moot point, and I'm just like, this is waste of my time and energy, right? The thing is that when it comes to early information early on in this case, I think we all know that there was a lot of information, a lot of things that were said that were not 100% accurate because this was very fluid, right? Information came out so fast, and things were coming out so fast that ended up being, different or corrected later about this case from the very beginning. And who's to say that an article came out and they said stepmom and they didn't mean stepmom and they changed it later? That's kind of what I'm getting at here. Like, sometimes these mainstream media publishers will put things out and they're like, oh crap, okay, actually it's not stepmom, or the family will correct that, or hey, let's go in and edit this and make a correction and say, hey, actually it's not the stepmom. Those things do happen. There were people who were saying that they owned this home. They didn't own that home. They rented it. That was actually the entire point of my post that I made, was to prove that they were actually renting it from these investors in Frisco. When people were trying to say, oh, they owned this, whatever it was, this $900,000 mansion, So I think that a lot of inaccurate information at first was being put out. And like I said, I don't have 100% proof that she's the stepmom. I think that she is the biological mom, but I don't know, and I don't really know why. I don't really know even if it matters. To be perfectly honest, at the end of the day, I think that Austin was poked, and I think it was based on the indictment. I don't see Carmelo walking, but we'll see what happens on June 1st. I just don't know if it matters if the mother is the biological mom or not. So.
Sarah, the comments, someone in the comments was asking if there's any validity to Eric Gallagher's reporting.
Eric Gallagher's reporting.
Who's Eric Gallagher?
I don't know. That's just what Simply Me was asking.
Simply Me, what is Eric reporting? It would give me way more context if you told me what he was reporting.
Don't just say reporting. You don't have.
Yeah, I think they just thought you might know every single reporter out there.
Apparently, or what they're saying. Sometimes I can hear what they're reporting and immediately say, no, that's not accurate, or maybe, or there's no way that they would have that information. I just need to know what he's saying. Eric was one of the people that requested something from Fisco ISD with you.
Oh, I know what they're saying. Reading's fundamental for them. A struggle, obviously. So when you request something from the courts, it goes on the because there's two court websites, right? There's the one that you can bring up where it comes up the shaded boxes. You scroll down. Then there's the other website for civil, family, criminal, and it gives you like a line on it. Tiffany Billions, whoever requested documents, and it just so happened this guy Eric Gallagher is on there. So at some point he requested documents. That has nothing to do with you, though.
Okay, so Eric Gallagher requested. Good night, love you. Go to bed. Good night.
It doesn't say what. It doesn't tell you what it was request.
Eric Gallagher, the name does sound very familiar, so I'm assuming that it's because his name was on a list of people who sent open record requests. Because right. if you go to the website. And you go look, it will actually tell you publicly who all has requested documents. And yes, I do believe that Eric Gallagher was one of them that requested documents. But what is he reporting? Because someone said he has
a whole journalist page where he has reported on the case, making claims on both sides. But it's on Facebook.
Where at? On TikTok?
But what is it?
Facebook.
Does anyone know what he's reporting?
I never even seen any of it.
Thank you. Fireworks. Thank you. Yeah, I have no idea what this person's reporting. No one has ever sent me anything this person has reported. I do remember, I think, seeing his name on the list of people who have requested documents. Other than that, I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, she said she'll send you a link.
Okay. That's fine.
Along with the other 6,000 you get tonight.
Can I come up and explain? I sent it to you.
That's big time, yeah.
You can drop.
You could drop me. I mean, I'm good too.
Okay, who do you want? Who should I drop?
You could drop me because it's almost 2 a.m. over here. It's 1:30.
Well, it's the same time for
night
me.
I'm gonna message you. Good night. I'm gonna message you, Sarah.
Night B.
Okay.
All right, Visky.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, B.
What's up, sir? First time I actually get to talk to you in person. I understand what's happening to you right now. It's really sad.
It was months ago. You remember when I sent you a screenshot of something at a restaurant, and you said you wouldn't really, trust that reporter? It was something about Austin.
Are you talking about like when the incident at there was like a pizza place or something?
Yeah.
With the cheerleaders?
Yeah.
I've already talked about that.
Yeah.
I don't even know why.
So he kind of like you, like a journalist. That's really all it is.
Okay. What did he say about that incident? Because I mean, I got my story straight from the source. So, what did he say about that incident?
He just wrote a big long paragraph that was kind of at the front of it, and he just really put his spin off on about the Carmelo case. I can send you the link. You won't be able to like go. You won't be able to like. Yeah, you would just have to click on it. I probably can send it to you through either Facebook or X, but it's weird how it's like a link, but it'll go to Facebook. It's a weird link.
That's fine. That's fine. There was an incident. I actually can't remember if it was a pizza place or I just know it was at a restaurant, and there was.
I think it was Cane's, right? The chicken place.
Cane's.
Maybe I can't remember. It might have been. There was basically an incident. Where Austin and Hunter were there with their team, and the cheerleaders were there that were also on their team, and the cheerleaders were being super ugly to them because they had apparently lost a game, and they're not supposed to be doing that, right? Like they're supposed to be their cheerleaders, and they got into like a verbal altercation, and it went a little far, and apparently one of the cheerleaders got really upset, went to the principal about it. But nothing was, it was a nothing burger, basically, bottom line. There was no disciplinary action taken or anything like that. It was just a nothing burger.
And how much of a loser do you have to report to the principal after one of your team losing?
She's a high schooler and she got butt hurt. So.
I mean, typical high school.
Yeah, it was typical high school banter, back and forth nonsense that turned into nothing.
I mean,
Right. It
here's
was
the thing.
not
I don't
any
even
like
understand why they
bullying
even take
going
that into
on.
consideration. Like, no, they just take the minute they see an altercation, automatic cool.
Oh yeah.
That's all they do.
Isn't that ironic though? When these people are supposedly the antis, when they're literally doing all the bullying.